Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ladies Room Talk Show. I'm Clarissa Kenty, your kingdom concierge. I am so excited that you're here today. Listen, we're going to have a really great show today. I have an expert in the building. Of course, she is absolutely no stranger to the Ladies Room at all. She was there from the very beginning. So I'm so honored that she's taken out the time to hop on the show tonight. And I am excited. So this is going to be a great show. Before we get started, listen, I want to give a big howdy and a big shout out to our previous guest, Sandra Richardson. Sundays with San. I know you guys tuned in on last week. It was a great show. She has a women's retreat that's going to be coming up here pretty soon that you want to be involved in. It's going to be next month. A beautiful, I think it's a 3-day women's retreat in Destin, Florida. You want to be there. It's going to be a great time, an awesome time to kind of woosah and just release, get back into your authentic self, laying off all the weights and stuff that really come against you, the distractions, the nastiness throughout the day, just so you can kind of come back into yourself. And Sandra really did a great job at unpackaging information about that retreat. So you want to get there. Get there to that retreat. Go to Sandra Richardson, go out there to her Facebook page. She has plenty of information about the retreat. If you want to get more information, go back to that live last week, scroll down into the comments, and you'll get contact information on how to get more information about it, the registration, how to register, what it costs. Just go back and watch the show if you missed it on last week. This is going to be a game changer for ladies who need an opportunity just to unwind. And if you're like me, I need a moment. Right now, just being honest and transparent, I need to get away. I need to get away. I need to get into a quiet space away from stuff that I know and that's familiar. And I need a time to just come back into myself. And I'm going to do that sooner than later. I promise you that. I'm going to promise you. I promise you. But guys, listen, if you can get to that retreat, I'll be out of town that week. I won't be able to go to Sandra's retreat. But if you're available, go. It's going to be a game changer for you. Some great speakers that will be there. Gosh, she has some great swag bags that we talked about last week. You don't want to miss it. So go back to that show on last week, get more information about that. And listen, guys, I am hearing more and more about people getting COVID. COVID numbers are starting to rise up in all states. So as usual, what we normally do during this time of this season, mask up, and keep your hands clean, sanitize. Just be mindful and watchful for large crowds and such, because people are getting COVID by mass numbers and being in those big crowds from what I'm hearing and understanding. So just make sure that you're implementing proper precautions and make sure that you're doing everything that you can to keep yourself away from those types of situations, okay? And as you know, I'm going to go out to John Hopkins and see if I can't get Doc in, and so he can kind of tell me some updates on what's going on. He usually comes in twice a year, especially during this time when COVID is on the rise. So we'll see what his hours are like and see if we can get him in to talk about what's going on with COVID right now in this season, all right? Now, without further ado, I wish I had a drum roll because I would do that. I'd have all of the historically Black college bands playing. I would have it all going to welcome this beautiful soul back into the ladies' room here tonight. I'm so glad she had an opportunity to hang out with us. Kamara Daughtry.
Hi, hello, Miss Clarissa. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me on your show. And I just want to congratulate you and give you your flowers. I mean, ever since Birmingham, you've been a mover and shaker. Your platform, your entire media company is just growing. You have ICU Media. I mean, you and your entire company. I mean, just kudos to y'all. So thank you.
Thank you, Kamara. I tell you, we've been working hard. We've been working real hard these last couple of weeks, just really getting in and on the grind. And a lot of people don't know that the Ladies Room Talk Show was started, 6 or 7 years ago? Mm-hmm. Was it 8 years? It's been a while. We've been at this for a while. And in starting that, Kamara Daughtry she's a part of the very beginning. She is a part of the very beginning. She's very instrumental about the Ladies Room being what it is today. being able to get such amazing celebrities on and just building the foundational structure of what the Ladies Room is all about. So Kamara, again, I want to thank you personally, everything that you have done and that you continue to do for the Ladies Room Talk Show, and also for ICU Media. You know, you are making some major strides out there in the industry. You're doing an amazing job. Both of us are proud graduates of Miles College. Those golden bears. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yes. So I'm excited about that. And you're just doing major things. And I'm so proud of you and what you're doing. You're a beast out there. I knew that you were in college, and it has proven to be true now. So kudos to you and what you're doing. Let's talk a little bit. First of all, let me give kudos to our sponsors. I can't go any further without our sponsors. Our proud sponsors here tonight is Principio Coffee. For all of your coffee needs, guys, look, Principio, baby. Principio for all of your coffee needs. If you like coffee, all types of roastery. They're the light roast, the medium roast, the dark roast, the Cuban roast. I think there's an Egyptian roast, there's a Creole roast. I mean, it's so many different roasts that they have down there in the roastery. And they also brew teas as well, which is very good. Some of my favorites are the Reality and Trinity. Those are very good for medicinal purposes. Has a lot of nutrients in it. Very comparable to elderberry and where we are now. If you're a tea drinker, you definitely want those teas because it builds up the immune system. So it's really, really good. If you have businesses and companies and you are avid coffee drinkers, it's good to reach out to Principio Coffee because they will send you a monthly subscription. Every single month, you'll get over 30 days worth of coffee and you never run out. And it meets you right there at your door. So Principio Coffee is definitely the way to go. Comes with an amazing cup there as well. Today, I was thirsty, but it was hot. It was hot in my studio and it was hot outside. And so I called him and I said, listen, do you have any iced tea? I would love some iced tea. Yep, Clarissa, come on and get it. So somebody got it and I was ready for my 9 o'clock meeting. So there are some, the definitely the go-tos. If you're a coffee drinker, definitely Principio Coffee. If you like tea, Principio Coffee and Tea. They are amazing. So go out to principiocoffee.com. Check them out for all of your coffee and tea needs. You won't be disappointed. And I've also found out that they do catering as well. So if you're having a meeting or you need some breakfast or some light refreshments or a light lunch, Principio Coffee does cater as well. So reach out to them, guys. They are amazing people, great character and integrity, and you will be pleased with their customer service. So Principio Coffee and Tea. Now, Kamara, let's talk about it.
Okay. First of all, with your sponsor, do they have anything digital I can get online? Because the way you just said that, I need some Principio coffee.
Yeah, you need some now. I know you do. I wish they had a virtual tasting, but they did not.
Oh, it's okay.
I'll get you connected to them though.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll tell you this. Number one, for all of my social media users out there, Miss Clarissa brought me on because she knows that I am a social media whisperer, which means I don't care if you have 50 followers that are real people, we can turn those into clients today. So we are going to be going back and forth on how your LinkedIn profile is going to change the game. So I'm going to make this interactive.
I'm going to tell you this too, Kamara. There are so many people who have issues with trying to get connected to LinkedIn and really understand the purpose of it. And a lot of business owners that I talk to, and I'm actually going to go in and share this live over to my personal page from the Ladies Room. It's not connecting on my personal page. So, but while I'm talking about that, there's so many of my clients who are not very familiar with how LinkedIn works and how it could be very beneficial for their businesses. Right. So, you definitely, okay, I got it over there now. You definitely want to talk about this because it's a hidden gem.
Right.
LinkedIn is a hidden gem. And so I'm glad you're talking about that today so you can get all of us accustomed to how that works. So, Kamara, do you want me to pull you full center or how do you want to do this?
No, stay on because it's going to be interactive. Okay. And I like your hair, so I want everybody to see it. So first of all, for my people in the comments, I want you to Do you have a LinkedIn? Put yes or no in the comments. Now, right here as my title.
And I think Zashnetta is saying yes, but I think she's saying that to something else. So
Okay. Okay.
she's thinking, okay.
I'll consider myself a six-figure career whisperer. And let me tell you why. LinkedIn, six figures, all of this correlates. So recently there was a young lady who was making about $63,000, Miss Clarissa, as an event planner, but she was also doing sales. So I get on the phone with her. She's telling me she needs some help. I said, first of all, you should be making at least $100,000. She said, how? I said, because you're bringing in revenue to this company. A lot of you all in your 9 to 5 businesses, and you also have your, your entrepreneurial skills on the side. You all are making so much money for that company. You need to take some of those skills and put that back into your own, right? So let me tell you what. Let me finish his testimony. So basically, we redid her resume. I might have gave her some tips on LinkedIn, and as soon as I redid her resume, she told me, she messaged me, she said, come on, I'm getting hits. I said, okay. And then she messaged me 2 weeks ago and she said, hey, I just accepted a $95,000 offer. Whoa. Another young lady hit me up. She said, Kamara, you redid my resume over a year ago, and she's in finance up the East Coast. And she went from 105,000 to 155,000. So I'm going to tell you that everything in terms of writing, in terms of how you're being displayed on social media, and for my business owners and my people who want to move up in career, your LinkedIn is going to change your life, and I'm going to tell you how. LinkedIn is one of those professional networking sites. I heard somebody on Instagram say, Instagram is for the show, LinkedIn is for the dough. I didn't think that.
I say that one more time for the people in the back.
It's this guy, his name is Cyrus, and he was doing his podcast, Tech is the New Black. And the person he was interviewing said, Instagram is for the show, visibility, they took away bonuses, but LinkedIn is for the dough. Why? You have people like Miss Clarissa on there, 6-7 figure earners. You also have people who are vice presidents, who are clients. These connections, these are not like Facebook or Instagram followers. You can actually message them and say, hey, can we talk for 15 minutes? And then you can onboard them on a client, onboard them as soon as possible. But now I want to get into the nitty gritty. What do you need to have on your LinkedIn? Number one, your headline. Your headline needs to solve a problem. What can you do for me? Miss Clarissa, tell me something. What do you need in your business right now?
What do I need in my business right now?
Mm-hmm.
I need a full-time employee.
What kind?
I need one that is an assistant, an executive assistant, and another person I need would be probably a technical support.
Okay, so you need IT specialists, and you also need an executive assistant, probably virtual. If you want to be high class, it can be in person.
Now, I have a virtual assistant now, but she's not full-time.
Oh, okay, I see. So what you would do in your LinkedIn profile, let's take the executive assistant. A lot of you project managers and teachers who want to come out of that field, you can start your own VA business. I'm working with people now. I'm talking about 20, 24, 26. They are full-time VAs, 3 to 4 clients, probably making $10,000 to $15,000 a month. Because if you're good, you're good. So what this means is, in my LinkedIn headline, I would say something like executive assistant looking for full-time clients. That brings it to the point, but you can also say how you are in project management or how you drive revenue. Another thing for my IT specialists out there, tech is, you can write your own check with tech. Okay, that just is what it is. StreamYard hosting, operating things on the back end. So if I was an IT specialist, I would say IT specialist looking for full-time work. Now let's go to the about section. The about section, you don't want to make it too long unless you have, 15 to 20 years of experience, or you're just doing a lot. Another thing is that you want to shorten it. So you probably want to give 2 paragraphs. You want to make it very dynamic. Clarissa Kenty, dynamic speaker, etiquette coach. She a business coach. You know, you rally women around and you also do ministry, but you want to make it very focused. Another thing is experience. Now, I have had people, you know, debate about, Kamara, do I need to put all my experience on here? Do I need to put it, some of it if I want a focused LinkedIn profile? I would say this, depending on the kind of job you're going for, I would put at least 4 to 5 list of experiences on there. Why? Because I also want to know that you're a real person. If you only work 2 jobs, and I'm like, what? And then also, if these are project based, I need to know that. So even if you don't have your own LLC and you are a freelancer, say you work on Fiverr or Upwork, you can give it your own little name. And you're gonna say something like first name, last name, LLC, or first name, last name, room. And then you're just gonna talk to me about what you do. Or you can call yourself a consultant. Consultants get paid very high. Now I'm gonna tell you something. This is just a tidbit. I think we're giving out too much game. Next time it's gotta be.
Oh, you're giving out a lot of game.
I think it's too much game. So say, for example, in my LinkedIn profile, I'll say something like hashtag open to network. You'll see that green sign. But say you want to be discreet about it. You can also go into your privacy settings if you don't want your current employers to know that you're looking for a job. And you can make the notifications where they are silent and they don't alert your connections or followers.
Okay.
So that's important for my people who got those big corporate jobs, but you're trying to leave. You can leave, but you can leave quietly. 2 things that you are going to need to elevate is a resume that reflects the job that you're applying for. And then also a LinkedIn profile that is very to the point.
So, Kamara, I want to put a pin right here, because there are some people who are probably listening that are seniors that are about to graduate from college. And they have these canned resumes that they have to do. When I graduated from Miles, we had this list that we had to sign off. And you had to go to different departments and get that signed off, and have certain little things had to be signed off before we could walk or graduate. So one of the things is that we had to have our signature from the career services department, which meant that, of course, we had to have a resume, various little things that we had to have in place so that we could be marketable when we go out into the job search. Now, one thing I realized then is that it was a canned template. So that template was, the objective was very vague. Your verbiage was not customized. And so some of these college students are frustrated, because I've spoken to some. They're frustrated because they are sending out these very resumes that they created in college. And I'm not saying all colleges are like that. And then it was just, I don't know what it is now, but that was then. No knock against Miles, because that is my motto. So, but, at some point, which I would say immediately following graduation or before, you have to get to someone like Kamara who could come in and customize that thing to tailor fit what job you are applying for. And so can I say, well, can you do that yourself? Possibly, but should you? Possibly not. I'm one of those now that I don't have time to waste time. So can I do a resume? Absolutely. Can it be fairly decent? Absolutely. But do I want to? Is that my specialization? No. I'm going to send people. I've sent a couple of clients to Kamara already, where she went in and recreated their whole resume, because you have to tailor fit that thing. And when people are looking for jobs and they're actually looking to fill a job, they know if it's a canned template. They're looking for certain buzzwords. So even as college graduates, as seniors, be mindful that as you're checking off this list to complete your requirements to graduate, and one of those things is to complete a resume, put some effort into the resume. Don't just do something just to get by and then trust to push it out to prospective people, employers, to hire you, because it's not going to work. Go ahead.
No, that's really good. And I want to touch on keywords. Before we move forward, that is my aunt. Thank you, Auntie.
Hey, Auntie. She didn't know I'm her niece. She didn't know that, did she? You gotta tell her.
Everybody in the comments, tell me, what is your career now? Are you an entrepreneur? If you're an entrepreneur, tell me what kind of entrepreneur. Kamara, I sell skincare. I sell this. If you are a stay-at-home mom, I have something for y'all too. If you are saying, Kamara, I'm in transition, unemployed, laid off, put that in there. But I want Miss Clarissa to start pulling up in the comments people's job occupations.
Yeah, that
So
that comment was for me right there.
yeah, I know.
I thought you'd like to know.
Okay. Let me break it down. So keywords. Keywords are very important. Miss Hollis, I see you. Keep hers up there.
Okay.
So let's start off with LinkedIn. If I put in LinkedIn podcast host or podcast producer, and I want somebody to produce my podcast, edit it, splice it, dice it, the whole thing. Based on the search results that LinkedIn pulls up, that's what I'll be able to see. And most of the time, people are only looking with the first to third pages. First, third, right? So I say that because if you are not pulling up in the top 3 of the search results, you're most likely not being found. This is the problem with a lot of business owners and with a lot of people looking for a job. Your keywords are off. You're all over the place. And then when somebody is trying to look for you, you're all the way in the back because the person who probably didn't even pay, they're in search results 1 through 3 because they have a very targeted profile. So I encourage, and it's nothing wrong. You can look at my LinkedIn. I'm not looking for a job, right? But you can look at my LinkedIn profile, and I have my different gifts and talents that I'm in, right? Producing, doing consulting, all of that. Now, the most of the time, people are contacting me for digital and social media work. They're just trying to get visible. They're saying, Kamara, how can I increase my views? So I help you on the back end. So if you take anything from this conversation, the homework is I want you to look at your LinkedIn profile and I want you to look at the keywords that you have by, I would say January, because we in what, August? Yeah.
August.
By January, all of you should be making more money because it's there. It's just about the people who are finding you. The only way people are going to find you is if you have specific keywords. So, Miss Clarissa,
Yes.
let me ask you, what kind of client are you looking for now?
Right now, ICU Media, we are really pushing aggressively podcasters. And actually, Ms. Hollis is one of our clients.
Okay.
Podcasters, we're looking for people who have a story to tell. And they have amazing content, but they just don't have the equipment or they don't have the expertise to be able to construct it, pull the content together, give it some form, give it some life, and then to be able to push it out there to other people to hear it. And so we're looking for people who want to tell their story and they want to become podcasters, or they are podcasters currently, but they wish to elevate what they're doing to another level.
You want me to give you some free game or you want me to keep it for your paid course?
Let me see here.
All right.
Let's keep it for now. Well, I love my folks in the ladies' room. You can give them a little bit. Just give them
just a little bit. Because somebody's going to end up being a millionaire based on what I tell them.
That's right. Write it down.
All right. So, Miss Hollis, put your podcast name below. So, for example, if you wanted to get more podcast clients, what you would do is you would go on LinkedIn or you would go on Instagram and you would find people who have about 0 to 1,000 followers. And you would say, hey, I love the podcast that you're doing. I would love to see how either we can connect or how we can partner. And then when you're talking to them in that 15-minute consultation, you say, listen, I have a show. I can increase your visibility. Let's try this out for 2 to 3 months. Out of that, if you do about 10 to 15 calls, you'll probably get 2 to 3 clients. If you're real good with the gift of gab, you'll probably get 5 to 10. And realistically, you can sign on people, and that's how you can increase your clientele. So we just reverse engineered it. In order for you to find clients, you had to put in specific keywords. But then you also had to be very strategic with your search. You're looking for people who don't have a massive audience, so they need some help. Your company can help them by making sure that their audio is on point and also increasing their listenership. So they need your service. They just didn't know it yet.
Mhm.
So you see how that was? You see how?
I do. I feel empowered.
Okay.
So
Miss
now you're
Hollis said,
saying by January I should have some more. You said by
yeah.
January or by October?
Depends on how hard you put your virtual assistant to work.
Okay.
Plenty in my purse with Zash. Okay.
Zosh.
Zash. Tell me, what's her podcast? What is that? Plenty in my purse. What that mean?
Plenty in My Purse is a podcast that's geared towards single mothers. And so what she's doing is giving them insight. She's giving them wherewithal, understanding about various issues in life and situations in life, from dating. She has a really good series on dating that's been amazing. Raising a child, dealing with everyday issues. And she's very real. She's very raw. She's very honest. And so it's a really snazzy, sassy podcast, and a lot is really benefiting a lot of people. But the Plenty in My Purse, the name, the podcast is a spinoff from her nonprofit, which Plenty in My Purse. That nonprofit is focusing on single mothers and empowering them to be bigger and better, and having them to understand that they can do this thing called life.
I like that. I like that a lot. So one tip that I can give you is utilizing LinkedIn. Is that Miss Hollis, you want to have people on your podcast that will increase listenership. So what you want to do is that you want to get people who probably have a following of about 5,000 or more. And see, when you post your podcast, some people don't like this word. I'm going to get away from this word soon, but you're going to have to hustle a little bit. Because see, you just don't do this for fun. You do this to have ads, you do this to have sponsors, you do this to have partners, you do to have it all. So you might say, hey, would you like to do a paid partnership? You can do X, Y, and Z. Or show them a benefit of somebody with a large following coming on your podcast, right? Because you also in real estate. I don't know how that works, but you can do a workaround. But my point is that everybody who is listening, you all have the ability to literally, while you are scrolling on social media, make a lot of money. My direct messages, even if I get 5 to 6 likes on a post, which is very low, but when I get that, I have people who will message me. I made a post about the person who went from 63,000 to 95,000, and I got sales off of that, and I didn't even have to direct message them. They said, when can I talk to you? We got on the phone ASAP, made a sale. Next day they bought. So every time you post, this is especially for my Black people, this is your brand. This is your bread and butter. I believe Mark Zuckerberg, his net worth is $800 million just from making Facebook. Wow. Right? And, if you look at, just say, for example, Bob Iger, he has a net worth maybe of like 600 million, but that's over like a 30-year period over Disney. Right? But then you have somebody like Mark Zuckerberg, who is about 30 years younger than him, and he's already surpassed him. It's almost like he 20x'd him. So this device in our hands, it is meant to make us a lot of revenue. And even if you start off with, let's do 1 to 2 sales a week, let's do 1 to 2 sales a day. The more and more you keep getting into that habit, the better. Yolanda says she's a case manager, previous career as a buyer. Okay, awesome.
Now let me share this about Yolanda.
Okay.
Yolanda, she didn't mention this, but Yolanda is an artist. She is a vocalist and she is a psalmist. She has at least 3 CDs that 3 CDs that are already out. She was able to perform in 2 performances at the World Games 2022. So she is a very sought after vocalist and psalmist and worship leader. Oh. So I know there's a lot that you can do to help her because of her career path. And this is what she does 9 to 5 as a case manager, but she is a vocalist and she is an artist. And so I know that what you're talking about can help her tremendously.
Yolanda, make sure you direct message me after this interview. And if you have not already,
And
make
I'm going to pull
sure,
your name back up again
okay,
just so she can see it.
make sure that you share this because we're dropping some gems. You probably can keep this up for another 48, 72 hours. No, I'm just playing. But I would tell you this, LinkedIn, even for my people who want to keep their 9 to 5, because there's nothing wrong with that. I saw it was a YouTube video, 9 to 5 millionaire. The person kept their 9 to 5. They making, over 6 figures in it. And they also have their entrepreneurial thing. Saturdays and Sundays, they chill out. But in this day and age, COVID taught us you just cannot have one source. You have people at the C-suite level, articles being done about this, who were wiped out, $400,000, $500,000 jobs. So you have to control what you can control. Today, update your resume. Today, update your LinkedIn. I need you to do a personal audit. You don't have to bring nobody else in. Mm-hmm. You need to do a personal audit and say, and what I'm doing right now, the daily habits that I'm doing right now, is this benefiting my future? Is this benefiting my pocketbook? Because every time you scroll, you're making somebody else money.
Yes. Lavandia, put in the chat or put into the live stream, the comments, the name of your dance company and what your company is all about. I'm sure Kamara could speak to that if you would please. That would be great.
Now she has a dance company in Birmingham.
Mm-hmm. Yes, amazing. Okay. She just celebrated, I can't remember how many years she has been at this for, a minute. And just a beautiful presentation a couple of weeks ago. My daughter performed in that. And just an amazing woman, and that has really imparted great skill and technique and empowered so many young people. It has just been phenomenal, the things that she's doing. And so, Lavandia, if you could please put the name of your dance company and what that mission is all about, so Kamara can speak to that.
Yeah, and let me ask you, is this her full time?
Yes.
Okay, so it's her full time. I would ask, is she doing virtual classes?
Let's see. I think she's probably typing that information now. She's still on, so hopefully she can get that to us. Okay, here we go. All right, and Lavandia, if you can answer that second question for us. I know you just popped in and we got you working, but Kamara wants to speak to it. So it's Natifa Dance Company and Outreach, Inc. We just celebrated 30 years. Yes, same age as I am. Wow. 30 years, 30th anniversary for the performing arts. So
yeah, I was Clarissa on the road. Did y'all catch that? You do look very youthful. Can we just acknowledge, I like that hair.
Do you? Thank you.
Is this a vendor of yours that we can purchase? Do you have an affiliate link?
I need to get an affiliate link. I've gotten a lot of compliments. Okay, Latifa. So yes, 30 years for the performing arts.
Okay, so let me just give you a quick breakdown. If you're not doing this already, I recommend virtual classes. You need to have something where people who want to do beginner ballet, if they're a fan of you, if they love you, they know you, out of state, what they can do is take your Zoom class and or Zoom or Wix class or whatnot, and purchase it for, let's just say, $49.99. You get 10 people to buy that, you made about $500.
Wow.
Now all you have to do is just beginner ballet. Record yourself for 30 minutes, make it very interactive, 4 sessions, put it online, somebody will buy it. The point I'm trying to make is that Black people, we are so creative and we are so innovative that sometimes we just give, and we don't expect a return. And that's not the way it should be.
That's right.
When you post something, that is your marketing. So like Lavandia, I'm going to hold you to it that maybe by November or December, you will have your first virtual ballet class. And it does not have to be perfect. Just record 4 sessions, put it up and say, we got this $47.99. Somebody will buy it.
Yes.
It was, I don't know who said it. They were like, if you made money off of it one time, all you just have to do is multiply the eyes that see it.
Now, I've heard Steve Harvey say that.
I think it was him. That's
You can do.
rude.
What was it he said? He said if you can do something that's $100, $10, and do that so many times a day, then you'd have that's it was that formula. But I heard him say it.
I love Steve Harvey. That
Yeah,
man's
I
so
do too.
funny.
Yeah. So and Lavandia, it doesn't have to necessarily be ballet. I know Lavandia teaches African dance.
Okay.
And think the bongos. I'm probably not saying it right, but it's a whole production. Kamara, it's beautiful, and they did videotape the 30th anniversary, and hopefully once they have that video ready to sell, or have and having us to be able to have an opportunity to get a hold of it, I will get that to you.
Okay.
Because it was really, really, really good, really good.
I
Excellent.
like it.
Guys, listen, some more people coming on. If you have a company, or even if you are thinking about having a company, or you have a company idea, go ahead and jump in this chat. This is an opportunity for you to hear from the expert. She is the 6-figure career whisperer. So we want her to whisper to us for these next 20 minutes about what she knows and how she can get us on game. Kamara is very, very knowledgeable at what she does. She's been acknowledged in so many places. She has been acknowledged with the NABJ, which is the National Association for Black Journalists. So she's been acknowledged there. She's attended that on several occasions. She's been acknowledged in Atlanta, also in New York, and now she's living in Boston. She's acknowledged in all of these places. So this young lady, I'm telling you, she comes with the goods, and she is noted for being an expert in what she does. Let's see what Lavandia says. Since I've given so many classes for free that when virtual classes started, I just was in a different mindset. But I will consider it. I'm looking to tour and audition individuals for the company. Awesome. Oh, that's going to be great. She can audition people virtually.
Hey, Lavandia, is Lavandia one of your clients?
No, she's not. She's a mentor to my daughter.
Okay, Lavandia, I want you to direct message me. The special shout out to Jolanda Green. She just messaged me. And
yes. Now, Lavandia can be a client of mine. I got some stuff I can help her with.
No,
she has been on the show a couple of times with the Ladiez Room with some of the things that she's doing with her dance company. But okay. Yes, definitely inbox Kamara.
That's why I say another thing, though, because this is what I want people to know. Digital products, it's good to have a brick and mortar. I think so. Because although everything is virtual, heaven forbid, I mean, technology is technology. What if all this just shut down? How are you going to make money? Now, there are some things, people say, well, social media isn't the internet. That's true. But how are people going to know to come to your site? Unless you have a big name like the Ladiez Room.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Or the Shade Room.
Right.
And then our minds, like we're going to be looking at YouTube. We're going to be looking at all these different platforms. So, although your personal profile or, your personal Facebook account is where you can post family and fun. Do you know how many people have messaged me and how many just deals I have closed just from my personal page? They made it where I saw that you have like 5,000 to 6,000 followers, but you're not following anybody. I thought that was amazing. So that means that you are an influencer in itself. So what that means is you have literally money sitting in your inbox. I have a real problem with because sometimes I think as Christians we get complacent because life has beat some people up so much.
Come on, wait a minute now. Don't skate over that comment now.
What did I say?
That comment was something. You said that a lot of Christians, become complacent because life has beat them up.
Yeah. And see, I think that it is a very disservice that I just don't know, because I'm not of the mindset that you should be broke or you should only be making $50,000 or $60,000. I'm not of that mindset. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you are working very hard and you're getting a very little ROI, return on your investment. Your time is an investment. You scrolling on social media is an investment. If I'm going to scroll, you're going to see my face. You want to scroll, you're going to see me. But then now you have to put strategy behind it. Another thing is that sometimes this is what I see. Now, this is my opinion. I
Mhm.
see some Black women are scared to move up. If they've been at 60 or 70,000, they think that's their pinnacle and they're 50 and 60 years old.
Mm.
When you have these people coming out of school making $74,000, which is
Right.
still not a lot of money, but they're working this technology.
Mhm.
So, in addition to upping your resume, LinkedIn, and all that, you need to also up a skill.
And it's not too late. It's not too late, guys. She mentioned something about the 40, 50, 60 year olds. You know, sometimes when you hit those spaces in your life, you feel like, are my best years behind me? You know, is it too late? I don't want to leave this earth like this. I've had those conversations with myself. And so, what I have continued to tell myself, and what you need to do as well, if you hit that spot in life in that age group, is that the best is yet to come, that your latter will be greater than your former. So you have to know the word of God in order to speak to yourself, to put yourself back into the space that you need to be in. And so a lot of times we will get to this place where we're making 50, 60, $70,000. We're like, oh yeah, you know, that's good for me. It don't take all of that. It don't take all of that for me. I'm good right here. All I need is to be comfortable. That is so selfish, because we're not living this life for us to be comfortable. We are living this life so that we can be a conduit, so God can move through us to get to his people. And in order for him to do that, we have to be in a position of great wealth so that we can help others get to that place as well. So we cannot get into that mindset. It's such a misconception to think that all you need is to just be comfortable. Because if that's all you need, then it's all about you and not about God's people and not about kingdom. And so that's what Kamara is trying to get us to do, is to change our mindsets of what of not thinking that being comfortable is all it is. It's much more than that. If you have, then others around you can have. We
Right.
have to get more into the mindset of having enough to for us to be blessed and for us to bless others. We
Mhm.
have to get into the mindset, because as we go throughout the economy, where we are right now, and I'll get back to you in a minute, Kamara, but you got me started. We are people, and I learned this from a good friend of mine. We are people that live in the land of Goshen. So if you understand what Goshen means, the definition of that is Goshen is living in the land of plenty. When all the other people around Goshen was desolate, and they were hungry, and they were poor, and they were dealing with issues, the people in Goshen had more than enough. Because we're God's people, we dwell in the land of Goshen, which means that we have the land of plenty. We have to continue to understand that. So I'm saying that for a reason. As we go throughout this economy change, there are a lot of things that's about to come down the pipeline.
Mhm.
If you're not reading, if you're not studying, if you're not researching, it's going to catch you blindsided.
Mhm.
And if your minds aren't open to understand that our currency as we know it is about to make a huge change. A huge change. And your mindset has got to change to understand what that is and start operating accordingly. That's what Kamara is getting us to do. We have to get out of our regular mindset of how we think about things and start pivoting and changing the way that we think. Sometimes we're complacent financially because we're complacent psychologically. We're complacent emotionally. We're complacent as it relates to our educational thought process. We're living under this lid and we keep hitting it, and we're not able to knock that lid off because we're comfortable.
Mhm.
We have to get around that, guys. But go ahead, Kamara.
No, I really love that. And again, do you have a mentorship program, Miss Clarissa?
I do.
Is it a paid mentorship?
It is.
Okay. Is that open right now?
It is open. What we're doing right now, it kind of pairs in because it's called the Gold Diggers program. So the Gold Diggers, GOAL, the Gold Diggers, is what we do is we help you define and create 12 months of your objectives and your goals for the year. So it's getting ready to open up in September. We'll start taking applicants or taking registrations for the 2024 calendar year. But within that, depending on what package that you purchase, that package will provide you personal one-on-one coaching. Or if you buy the package that's a group coaching, that means several 40 or 50 people will be in a group and we'll coach that way. So, but those types of opportunities are there, and we help guide and walk you through the entire year of 2024. So this year, my students are finishing up the 2023 year. The goal is that you will reach at least 90 to 95% of your goals that you have set for the end of the year.
Mhm. I like that. I like that. You're putting pen to paper. I really think based on this is that we might need to do 2 strategy sessions. One focus heavily on business and the other social media. And we might want to do 25 to 30 women. And this can be a paid event.
Okay.
So if you all would like to see that, it was the young lady who had the ballet studio. Don't forget to direct message me because I really like that idea. That's really hot.
Yeah. Lavandia, I'm going to put Kamara's name back up here, and you can just go into your inbox and Messenger and then just send her a message.
Yeah.
So Kamara Daughtry, or Kamara Kam Daughtry.
Miss Clarissa, because I think, especially the work that you're doing now, you're educating the community, but then also, within that social media session, or you call it business strategy session, which we're going to be doing, is helping equip women for the next level, because we have to get our online resources intact. Meaning we have to get if I'm going to Facebook, I didn't figure out what you do. Somebody got on me. They said, Kamara, you sharing everybody else stuff. You sharing this person's stuff, that person. I'm trying to figure out, what do you do? They wanted to hire me for work. I said, okay. Didn't even say that. So what I do, I start sharing my stuff. Just got off the phone. What happened? I started making money from that. Right. And it's not so much about the money, but I know that God has not called us to live in lack either.
Right. That's right.
He hasn't. I just don't think that, he didn't call you to be broke, busted, and disgusted. He didn't call you to always, just be robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Hold on for 1 second, Kamara. Lavandia, that's the sponsor for tonight. I want to go ahead and pull that off. But that's the sponsor for tonight, principiocoffee.com. So if you're a coffee drinker, swing by there and get your subscription. Principiocoffee.com. They are the sponsors for tonight's show. So that's what you see scrolling by. And we're going to go ahead and pull that off because I don't want it to be confusing. So yes. All right, Lavandia. But yeah, go to her inbox page on Facebook and inbox her that way so you can get in contact with her.
This is good. Are you up for that challenge? Would you like to do something around October?
Yeah. Let's get it.
Okay. If you want to see me and Miss Clarissa partner for basically a high level business strategy session, it's going to be 2 sessions. 25 to 30 women. It's going to be on Zoom. And we are about, when you leave, you're going to make money. So if you want to do that, just put, we want the course, or we want the session. When we see those comments, we'll do it. If we don't see no comments, we won't. But again, if you want me and Miss Clarissa to help you basically take your social media to the next level, get more eyeballs on your content, put, we want the session. Okay, Miss Clarissa, I'm going to head out. It's been a pleasure. I mean, the ladies' room, please invite me again. I like this.
Oh, we got to. All right, guys, listen, let's go ahead and thank Kamara for coming out today. I appreciate that. I think it's going to be a good workshop that we're going to be doing in October. She and I will start talking about that and start getting more information out.
Okay.
All right. Yay. Lavandia.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop. Let's get it. All right. That's 2 women. So we need 23 more. So guys, listen, share this live with your network of friends. Reach out to some girlfriends that you know. But guys, listen, this is only for the serious people.
I'm looking forward to it. Oh my gosh, Mrs. Morton, that was my English professor. She is amazing. Like,
yes,
oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we already got the comments. We're going to do it. We'll get
we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and do it. Make sure, guys, you get out there and tell the folks about it. Make sure it's for the women that's serious. We don't want anybody who is not serious, that's don't really want to level up their game, or if they're okay with where they are, kind of let them stay where they are. We don't want them to come into this, and I don't mean to be rude or ugly, but we just don't have the time to waste. We got to have women who really want to change, who want to level up, who want to be bigger and better than what they are now. They want to be better than what they were yesterday. That's what I'm striving to do. And tomorrow I'll be better than who I was today. So we want those women who are aggressive, those women who believe in the impossible. We want those women to be a part. So as of right now, we have about 24 women, got 4 already just from this live. Mm-hmm. So we need to have 21 more.
No, we're good. We'll need 21 more. Email me tomorrow. Okay, we'll get you together, Miss Smith. Thank you. I'll tell you
just send her email up. Okay,
cool. We already had a comment. We're going to do the course. We're going to do the session. So be on the lookout, 25 to 30 entrepreneurs, and just be ready, because by the time you leave, you're going to be like, dang, it's not just going to be homework. You're going to have about 3 solid things to do. Once you do those things, you just saw me and 2 people from this call about to talk.
Yes, I love it.
Didn't I tell you, you don't need but 5 people? It was this guy I was watching on YouTube. He said that he knows somebody with an email list of 500 people who make over $100,000 a year.
Wow.
Now, I had to ask him, what kind of emails are these?
Yeah.
I had to ask him, but it's all about quality. So, Ms. Clarissa, blessings to you. You are amazing. I'm going to see the ladies' room later, and to Miss Smith and the other young lady, we will talk. Love you guys, and see you later.
All right. Take care, Kamara. All right, guys, listen. Hey, there you have it. Not only did you get amazing information from the 6-figure career whisperer, now we're going to be putting a mastermind class together just for 25 amazing women. Go ahead and get this out there, because it'll be good to do this class with a girlfriend or with a friend of yours. It'll just make it all the more fun to do that. So keep your ear to the ground. It's going to be coming in October. We'll be getting some early bird registrations, and we'll get that out sooner than later. I'm probably wanting to get it while the coals are hot. So within the next week, you'll be hearing more about that class. So guys, listen, thank you so much for joining the Inside the Ladiez Room, for all of your amazing shows about amazing people. Continue to tune in. Back here next week. And listen, next Thursday, I am in a stage play called The 12 Angry Jurors. I'm juror number 7. I'll be putting some more posts out there at Encore Theater. You want to go out there and get your tickets. Hopefully we'll have the cast on the show next Monday, but you need to get your tickets, guys, because I believe they're going to sell out. The 12 Angry Jurors is an old movie years ago. And so Encore Theater, Mark Rapey has brought that to the stage here in Birmingham. Guys, the cast is off the chain. The energy is on point. And I'm not going to tell you everything, but I will tell you this, that the name of the play is true to the vibe and the energy that you're going to see coming from that stage play. So be sure to come out. It opens up on the 30th. It's from the 31st through September 2nd. So August 31st through September 2nd. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be phenomenal. So be sure, guys, share this live. If you know 25 women who want to level up and be the best they can possibly be, they want to amp up their following, amp up their content, amp up who they are, share this live, because it's going to be life-changing mastermind class that was just created from this live tonight. I'm so super duper excited. It's going to be great. So be sure to share this with your network of friends. Let them know you heard it right here at the Ladiez Room Talk Show. And if you came in live tonight, and I kind of know those people who did, I want to see if we can do a little special for you on that registration. Okay. All right, guys. Love you, and stay the course. Good night. Hey, and stay safe out there too, guys. COVID is on the rise, but be safe and stay the course. Love you, and good night.
Step into the ladies' room with